Hello all, I am Palak Vadadia, Assistant Professor at LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology in Department of Electronics and Communication. Today we will discuss the topic that is while loop exercise that already I have given in a last session from unit number 2, that is Python, decision making and loops. So let's start. First exercise, that is write a code to find the factorial of any number. Now how we can find the factorial? It's a simple, suppose if I want to find out the factorial of 4, then it's a what? The 4 multiplied by 3, multiplied by 2, multiplied by 1. So the answer is what? It's a 24. Now let's write this logic in a PyCharm. See here, write a code to find the factorial of any number. As I discussed, here the user will enter the number and then code will find the factorial of that number. So the first variable I am just taking, that is num, and it's integer, and here I am using the command that is input and then enter the number. Now using this input command, user will able to enter the number, and then I am just initialize the one variable, that is fact, that equal to 1. Now I want to write the one loop, that is while loop. In while loop, the condition is what? That is a num is greater than or equal to 1. It will check this condition. If it is satisfied, then it's a fact equal to what? It's a fact multiplied by what? It's a num. And we know that in a factorial, every time the number minus 1, that is if it is a fact, if we want to find out the factorial of 4, then 4 multiplied by 3, 3 is what? It's a 4 minus 1. Then again 3 minus 1, that is what? Is it 2. So I'm just writing the num that equal to num minus 1. And then simply I want to print the result. So print factorial is, and then the variable I have used, that is what? It's a fact. Now let's run this code. Run. So the first number that is I'm entering, that is 4, and we know the answer is what? It's a 24. Now if I enter 0, then what will happen? See here, num equal to what? Now 0, and fact equal to what? It's a 1. Now the next condition is what? It's a while condition. So the while num, in place of num you just assume 0. Now 0 is not greater than or equal to 1. So the body of while will not execute it. Simply it will print the factorial is what? It's a fact. And in place of fact is what? It's a 1. Now let's see. Yes, the factorial is what? It's a 1. Now if I want to see the step-by-step execution of this code, then first of all I have to assign some breakpoint. This red dot indicate it's a breakpoint. Now run, and instead of run you just click on the debug test. So here first enter the number. I am just entering 4 and then press enter. Now this is what? It's a debugger window. You just see here. Initially the number is what? It's a 4 because user has entered the 4. And yes, fact is what? It's a 1. Now this condition will check. That is what? Num, in place of num you just assume 4. 4 is greater than or equal to 1. Yes. Now see, this button is for line by line execution. Press this button. So after the execution of this loop, what will happen? 1 multiplied by 4. So the value of fact will become 4, and num is what? It's a 4 minus 1. Yes, it's a 3. Now again this condition is checked. That is what? In place of num you just assume 3. Yes, 3 is greater than or equal to 1. So again this loop is executed. And then fact is what? It's a 12. Yes, and num is what? It's a 2. Now if I press this, then again num, In place of 1 is, yes, greater than or equal to 1. So this loop is executed and the fact become what? It's a 24. See, after that, 1 minus 1, that is what? It's a 0. So the num variable contained the value that is 0. Now 0 is not greater than or equal to 1. So the body of while will not executed, and the simply whatever the stored in the fact variable, that is your answer. So our answer is what? It's a 24. So from this procedure you can debug your code. Now the second is, you take the integer input from the user until he or she press the Q and then print the average of all numbers. That means in this code, say your program is continuously asking to enter the number. For example, if you enter 2, again it will ask, please enter the number. Again you enter 2, again it will ask, please enter the number. This process is continue until you just press the Q. When you press the Q, it stops the asking the numbers, and then your code will just simply find the average of your entered number, and then you have to print that average. Now let's write this code in a PyCharm. So here the first, I'm just using two variables, that is n equal to 0 and sum that equal to 0. Or else, because I want to use these two variables in my code. And then one statement that is always true. So the while loop is always true and it simply asks the user, that is I equal to input, enter the number. Here in place of I, you can take any variable. You can take num also. Then if I that equal to what? It's Q. Then you just don't want to execute this while loop. So simply you just type break. Else what you want to do? You want to find the what? Let's see. Average of the number. So else. And here see, I am not use the command that is int. So whatever is there, that is what is a string. So I have to convert that into the integer. So I am just writing I that equal to int of I. Alright. Then sum that equal to sum plus I. And then n equal to what? It's a n plus 1. Okay. And then simply we want to print our answer, that is print sum divided by n, because what? We want to find out the average. Alright. Now let's execute this code. Here we just forgot to do this. That's why the error is occurred. Run test. So first it will ask enter the number. For example, I just entered 2. Again it prompt. Now enter the number, that is 2. Now again it will prompt. Simply I just type Q. Then yes, the execution is over. And what? It is find the average of this two number. That is 2 plus 2, 4. Again 4 divided by 2. Average is what? It's a 2. That means our code is perfectly right. See, I'll show you the execution of this code. See here. See, first of all, the user has entered the I equal to what? 2. Okay, that is if I is equal to Q. No, this condition is not true. So what will happen? The program goes to the else part. In the else, your 2 is converted into the integer, and then sum equal to what? It's a sum plus I. Initially the sum is what? It's a 0. So now the sum variable contain, that is what? 0 plus your number. So it's a 2. And your n variable, that contain what? It's a n plus 1. So n is also, initially the n was 0. So now n equal to what? It's a 1. Now this condition is true. So again it will ask the user to enter the number. Again the user has entered what? It's a 2. So this if is not executed because the 2 is not equal to q. So the body of else will execute it. So here simply 2 is converted into the integer. Now sum is what? It's a 2. 2 plus 2, 4. And initially the n is 1. So 1 plus 1, 2. Now I just enter what? Q. See here. Then it's a Q. So it will check. Q is equal to Q. Yes. It simply break this execution of this whole while loop. So the first unindented line specify that this is the stop of the while loop. So simply it will print sum. In place of sum you just put 4. In place of n you just write 2. So 4 divided by 2 and the answer is what? It's a 2. So I hope this code is clear. Now we will discuss our last exercise, that is find the cube root of the perfect cube. That means if the user will enter the 27, then your answer should be what? It's a 3 because the cube root of the 27 is what? It's a 3. If the user will enter the 25, then simply print that is not a perfect cube. Alright. So let's write this code in a PyCharm. See in this code what I'm just trying to find out the cube of each and every number. That means the cube of 1 is 1, cube of 2 is 8, cube of 3 is what? 27. And after that, I'll just compare the cube of that number with my number. If it is the same, then I'll just print the answer. If it is not same, then simply I want to print that it is not a perfect cube. So I hope the logic is clear. So first of all, I just use the one variable that is x, and x equal to in, and then input, that is enter the number. Now I'm using a one variable. For example, it's answer. Answer initialized with 0. Now as I said, I want to use the one while loop to find out the cube of every number. So answer raised to 3. And if I compare, it is less than my x. If it is a yes, that means I'm just writing I want to find out the cube of the next number. So answer equal to answer plus 1. So initially wo answer equal to what? It's a 0. So 0 is less than our number. Okay, yes. Then you just increase by the 1. Then again 3 is less than your number. If it is a yes, then again you just increase. So likewise you can find out the cube of every number. Now what I have to do? Simply I want to check one condition, that is if your answer raised to 3 is not equal to x, then simply print one message, print x is not a perfect cube. Alright. Now next, simply here I want to write that is else, and then print the answer. Now let's see the execution of this code. Run. If I enter 27, then the cube root of the 27 is what? It's a 3. Yes, it's a fine. If I enter here 8, then answer is what? It's a 2. Yes, it is also right. And if I enter 5, then 5 is not a perfect cube. Alright. Now let's see the execution of this. So first I'll just one break statement over it while, if and else. Now let's debug this code. Debug test. So first of all, I'm just enter the one number, that is what, it's a 27. Now I'll see the step-by-step execution. Here see our number is what, 27, and answer is what, it's a 0. So 0 raised to 3, answer is 0. That is definitely less than 27. So this will execute it. That is what, answer equal to answer plus 1. Let's see this. So now see, answer become what? It's a 1. Number is as it is, 27. Again it will check. 1 raised to 3. Definitely is what? It's less than 27. So again this while loop is executed. So now new value of answer, that is what? It's a 2, because it increased by the 1. Again 2 raised to 3. It's what? It's a 8. 8 is less than 27. So again this loop is executed. So now the answer value is become what? It's a 3. Now 3 raised to 3, that is what? It's a 27. Now 27 is not less than 27, it is equal to 27. So now the execution of while loop will stop. It will check the next condition, that is if answer is what? It's a 3. 3 raised to 3, that is 27. 27 is not equal to 27. No, that condition is also not true. So simply it will execute the else part. In else part, it will print the answer, whatever the store in the answer. So right now what? It's a 3. See, stop the execution of while loop and simply it give us the answer. So I hope these codes are clear in your mind. Thank you.